Don't believe all the hype that people have told you. They sit back. Certain supremacy groups, okay? Let me tell you something about this. They sit back and they laugh at us in our videos and how we talk about each other, not coming up on a bag. They laugh at us when we get to talking about their forefathers who gave them their currencies. They laugh at us when we shoot down some of our own people, and then they come in to our communities and they take the possessions. That's how they did the Black Wall Streets. They came in because we wasn't all in agreement. That's how they came in. They came in because all of us didn't see the same vision. All of us wasn't true to the God that we serve. We had mixed point of views and visions. We all didn't believe in having the same power. We had leaders that wasn't seeing eye to eye. They wasn't on one accord. They really sold out to what we was really believing at that time. So it take us to see the pain that we went through. When you go back to look at some of the people getting blew up, getting hit by the water hose. One time I was just watching a little video of uh, the anthem, and I was seeing the video how they had the thing when they was with the water hose. Man, if they don't get to you, I came from the South. I don't know, y'all never seen all that stuff like that, but it was really bad where I came from. So I feel different about certain things. Now, other people might not understand it. That's why I started the thing that I started. Because guess what? It's time for people to understand. We got to break these barriers and strongholds that they have on our mind. They blind us with this religion. Religion is just a way of life. Now, see the way that they got you thinking? This is not cool. By us being in bondage and always want to compete with them, we got to think smart. We cannot play in their hands. And when they play in their hands, man, to this day, if you go to certain areas and you whistle at a certain person down there, they be shooting, they still shooting the sign, man. You can't even whistle at them. You better not whistle at a white woman. And go all the way out there in that community. They've been had people knee on your neck and everything. And we be looking and then we be protesting again. But guess what? Enough of that protesting stuff. Ain't no more protesting. That's the part that they want us to do. They want to sit back and kill all of the people. You know how many people, you know how many black people just got killed recently for some white man dollars? Listen, we want to talk about it. Let's talk about it. Told you it's about to get real. They tried to cut me off on the other one because there was a lot of people on that one. But I don't care. I'm going to still talk this way like it's 10,000 people. But guess what? The truth of the fact of the matter of everything, the reason they did this thing, because they want us to feel a certain way. And they got devil things attached to these things to make us hate each other. Okay? You got to understand, some of y'all might want to work with them. Okay? You ain't entitled to believe what you want to believe, but we don't need that right now. We need people to respect what we have been through, to understand the history that we have come through. You got to understand these particular things. If you can't understand, then you definitely don't know what it is out here. You don't know what it is when you see people getting put down with water hose. You don't know what it is if you've seen people that's sitting on the corner and you ain't helping them out, man. You don't know what it is when you can pass by them and to you they bums, but the only reason they bums because they decided not to sell out like you sold out, looking like a little slick slave master. And we don't even see it. So we sold out. And we don't even see. Then we go out here and have to wear a freaking mask on our face. You know that's really embarrassing as hell. You know that's embarrassing. Do the research. When they brought People into slavery, that what they do, they put a freaking muzzle on your freaking nose. Then they had the day that freaking doctor had lipstick on. Thinking my eyes playing tricks on me. This ain't no ghetto boy thing. This thing serious. You don't see what's going on in society? This stuff is true. They making it seem like you can be like this, that, and the other. Come on out of here. The devil is a liar, man. We wrestle not against flesh and blood. Your problem shouldn't be somebody of your same culture. You gotta be like, you know what, bruh? I ain't gonna do this, that, and the other. They making us do this. Cause we trying to come up, you trying to come up, the next person trying to come up, and the only people we coming up on is each other. Well, guess what? Gonna make some of them people down south pay for it. If you got some, fill your gas up and let them know, free them other people. Harriet Tubman did it. And we want to sit up here thinking that we gonna harm each other. We got other places to go as a people. And if we gonna get to the place that Martin Luther King said he want to get to, that's the only way we gonna get there. And trust me, it ain't gonna be no bad results in this one. We gonna get there. This ain't no boys to men proclamation. We gonna get there. That's for certain. We gonna get to the other side. And the one that don't want to go, you stay here. And they're gonna be putting knees on your neck and all this other stuff. Because when God deliver people out of it, that's the only reason that I'm living. Because you know why I'm living? God want to show you that he gonna deliver you out of here with a mighty hand. You know my hand, this left hand is gonna be the hand that God gonna use to get us right up out of here. They're gonna say, let him go. Now the question of the fact of the matter is, you ready to go? Because when you go, you're gonna take everything that you got. They making agreements right now to find a way how that you just can drive over there. They making decisions and infrastructures right now. All them nations. Why you think? What the hell you think they doing? They tired of getting stuff. They know they wrong. They know they've been committing treason against nations. How you gonna, one of the biggest nations ever, you're gonna keep them into captivity, but you're gonna have nation states. You got 50, but Indian nations got 54 or something like that. They should have been the ones giving the presidential addresses. But no, we said we done away with slavery. Well, how is it we done away with slavery? And there's facts that we see on social media that have taught us all this other stuff. Now, if it's true that these people did these things, then why is it that we killing each other over all of these things? Why are we killing each other over these things if they did these particular things to us? Then why the hell are you still working for it? Why are you still living by this? Why are you still promoting this in your community? That's the most worstest thing. What you need to do if you want to get slavery, you got to get rid of that. You understand? Go spend it on something else to get you out of that, but you don't need to have that on your pocket. Go help your brother or your sister with that. But if you getting that just to think that you can just borrow, because I got some letters in my pocket. Man, that's the most stupidest thing that they ever made a black man think. That a letter that they don't even have true value in to make it feel like you somebody. But you're not even getting the benefit of it. And they owe you all kind of stuff. They don't, you talking about reparations. Reparations was then. You paying taxes. You done paid everything. Some of them, they done made y'all pay money back for Social Security and stuff. And they still don't, come on, man, you don't see what they doing? Man, it's time to get up out of this place. I'm telling you. It's time to get out of these positions that you in. Don't think you about to boss up over here. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work like that. Don't get comfortable and all of this stuff. Don't even try to buy no matching. Don't even do all of that. It ain't worth it. If you want to buy one, you better save it up in Africa somewhere because you're going to get up out of here. Because guess what? They not about to change. They're not about to change. These nations, until they repent, and they ain't trying to repent. Trust me. They think it's funny. They think it's conservative, Democrat, Republican, and all of that stuff. The truth of the fact of the matter, you ain't gonna be treated like that. I don't care what they say. The only way that you really make it is you got to get the hell up out of here. And that's why we had the bed bug pandemics, all of this stuff to get the hell up out of here. So if you tallied up everything to go to the next level, then that's all fine and good. But it's time to realize that the other people, they got them to believe that these people gonna lead us out of this stuff. These people ain't gonna lead us out of stuff. We just had Ramzu as clear as day to help people get houses that they won't even let you get. It's houses that they made a promise to knock down the last administration that they didn't knock down, and they weren't gonna knock it down because we in the community. But if they knock it down, where you gonna go? But we got other black people that's supposed to know history that don't even see what's happening to us. And if you're a white person, I'm not saying this to offend you, but you already know what your people doing. Y'all got societies that don't care nothing about a black man. And we sitting up here and y'all laugh at us. How we out here on television talking about stuff that don't mean a hill of beans about nothing. And we teaching our people to do this, and we still not being respected. What we have to do is we have to let all of that go. Leaders talking about just protesting one day. No, protest the money, period. Tell them, I don't want none of this. They already see people ain't going to work off stuff. So guess what? They gonna start to realize. We're like, well, y'all ain't gonna do that like that. Nope. Because guess what? You ain't respect us. You don't want to defend. You don't want to defund the police. You don't want to do none of these things. Then guess what? We got another alternate for you. We ain't gonna do none of these things. Then this is the thing. You gonna give us our freedom, or we ain't taking these other situations. Point blank. We ain't dealing with this no more. We ain't dealing with none of our people being on national news, local news, regional news, with none of this stuff. No, we not marching no more off this stuff. How we look like we marching and people steady dying in our communities. How we marching? How the hell you marching? Sitting up here giggly gaggly. Hell wrong with y'all? That's how I feel, truthfully. People marching. Like marching for what? What is that doing? Do the military march? No, they don't march. They do not march. The United States military don't march worth nothing. They go and do stuff. They got people trained to do stuff. It's time for us as a people to begin to rise to the occasion. Yeah, it's gonna cost us something, but let's go for it. Marcus Garvey started at one point, said, can we do it? Now we in 2021. Can we do it? We at a point where we can do it. Some of y'all done got free from prison. That's just to show you. They had to let you go. They couldn't take it no more. This pandemic scared the living hell out of everybody. They're like, hey, we gotta let y'all go. This is getting a little too deep now. So they started thinking, like, what can we do? We can't keep treating them like they're the underdogs. We can't make them feel like they're the minorities because they know the word of God says, if they know the word, say this, that, and other, we can't keep doing this like this. We were shooting them down. We trying to make them feel like this, that, and the other. We keep trying to tell them like this. We keep trying to be boisterous about this, that, and the other. We can't continue to do this. They spotlighting us on this. You understand? They know we spotlighting it, but they still want to feel some type of way. This is their offsprings acting like this now. You understand? Them other people, they about 70, 80 years old. This is their sons. Now, when you think we gonna let this happen again, they out their rabbit mind. You understand? They can say whatever they want to say. They can feel how they want to feel. But the truth of the fact of the matter, I refuse. I listen to it on the police channels. Yes, I do. I hear it. I hear that we are here shooting people in our own houses. But how the hell that look? Then they come out, the police come out, and they've been shot the wrong person. You seen that? One of their own military people, they killed her. Like, bruh, how you go to the wrong house and kill the people? And that was a personal, they did that on purpose, bruh. That was because people didn't represent that flag. That's what happened. Don't tell me that ain't what happened. That's what happened. They felt like, oh, y'all people gonna make a stand like that against this red, white, and blue. Oh, that's what y'all gonna do, huh? So y'all got the heart to come against the red, white, and the blue. So what we'll do, we'll put a knee on your neck. And they said, y'all want to be disrespectful. Let's see you stand up on this, that, and the other. So then y'all got y'all little stuff. And they don't even want to stand for that. And what colors is them? Red, black, and green. Can you do it? Will you do it? Yeah, you will do it. Forget what the hell they talking about. Time to quit letting people get smashed down and talked about any type of way. A person that don't want to respect that and want to be a problem towards that, like what you jealous of somebody else's happiness for? We should all be happy, like we breathing. We in our community, we supposed to be enjoying it. I don't care what position they gave us. They gave us stuff right by the dang on railroad. And look at our own people treat us. It make no sense. Like some of them working for them, they think I'm working for them. No, y'all working for them. You devils. I ain't working for them. God know I ain't working for nobody. I'm building something different so that we can build ourselves. That's why I'm not doing what they think I need to do. They probably be telling me, you should do this. You should do this. Nope. I got a red, black, and green flag right here. It's clear as day. So my position is, you hear me playing, I might have did a little clipping for the NRA organization, but that was them. I have a right as a citizen. As long as I'm American, I'm African American, guess what? I have a right to begin to protect myself. That means I have the right to bear arms. I got these arms. I got the right to fight. I got the right to thump them, whatever. I got the right to kick them, or whatever the case may be. I got a right as a citizen. But they'll make us feel a certain type of way. They be like, well, you got to calm down on this. I ain't calming down off nothing. How you calm down? How can you even rest? I can't even rest like that. Every time I see this dude on TV, when they show Arbery on that TV, I think about it. I'm like, man, that was some bogus stuff, man. Then that other girl, they came in with her, they came into her own house and thought that she was something else. You knew what you was doing. What the hell you mean? Y'all got senses. They seek, that's called seeking intelligence. They know where to go, who to hit, how to hit. Okay? Ain't no dummies in this. They never respected you and they never gonna respect you. And that's what you gotta understand. In life, they don't even respect their own people. So how they gonna respect you? We out here talking about we about to get the bag. You chase a bag, I ain't chasing nothing. I'm chasing freedom. Get them their note back. I write my own letter. My letter will stand more than they letter. George Washington could never challenge me. I would beat the hell out of that man. I go to for doing that to the slaves. Then they'll feel us type of way. I'll be like, yeah, I said it on purpose. I feel some type of way about this stuff. I'm tired of these people. And I'm tired of the other people that's making them feel like these. Like you see this stuff, we just act like it just come and go. Like I'm about to sit around and be dancing and I'm making a rap about stuff. I ain't doing that. It's a certain season I wasn't doing that. Some season I was freezing like a mud. But guess what? If I gotta go through this, guess what? I'm gonna come out of this radical than a mud. For real. And guess what? You're gonna see all kind of truths coming. I'm just gonna bust them wide open like brrr. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna bring in one thing after another. And if a person isn't, if it hit them, it's gonna hit them. But my point is, it's enough now. I done had enough. Enough is enough is enough for real. And they think they've been trying to do what they need to been doing against us. But I'm against this. I'm against what they stand for right now. I got paperwork sitting on the table about white supremacy, but they they act a certain type of way about stuff, and I'm thinking like, what? They want to come against the righteous? What? How you gonna come against the righteous? We don't need to. We don't need to. We don't need to be dealing with none of this stuff. It's like the people, like they said before, like that. It's clear as day. I told people this testimony all the time. I said, yeah, you think they don't know the difference? Oh, black people got the clear understanding on who doing what out here. You understand? They see, they know, they can feel, they know the difference. You understand? It's certain people that really know what it is. It ain't no, it's on a whole nother note. We ain't playing no game. We ain't about to march. March for what? We got no time to be playing around with people. While we playing, while we gotta play around. They playing around. They catch us. You know, they gonna put 20 bullet holes in your tail, and we sitting up here lollygagging, playing around, using religion. They don't care about that. They'll send you to the heavens, and that heaven will be a graveyard. You better wake up and smell a coffee or whatever it is that you need to smell, because if you don't get it, then you won't get to the place. Like Marcus Garvey said, that's why he was up on me like that. Marcus Garvey was up on me because he was like, yeah, you got to do this. Malcolm X, I feel their spirits. You got to do this. I feel these people. People starting to come here, connecting. Mm-mm. God telling me something. You got to do this. And all these other people ain't going to do it. It's in me. And God knew I can do it. He know I challenge it. I'll be the very person to challenge it. I ain't gonna be protesting. I ain't gonna be doing none of that. I ain't about to hold no more signs. I ain't about to do none of that. I'm about to make them understand that you ain't gonna disrespect none of our people. You ain't about to pull us over. You ain't about to shoot us 1,000 times. You ain't about to do none of that because you in these secret societies that give you the right to be in the law enforcement and to kill us of no particular reason, which is just another form of military force. What? Don't tell me what ain't going on out here. And that's wrong. It's wrong for the people to be doing the things that they do to us as a people. It's wrong. It's way wrong. To see the truth of the fact of the matter, they'd have been to put us in this mindset. Hey, if you could come up, yeah, we'll put you on TV. Yeah, we'll put you on the radio. Yeah, we'll put you on all of these particular things. But guess what? At the end of the day, will you get your freedom? No. You just sit here as a good slave. It won't be the home of the brave, it'll be the home of the slave, and that's what it's always been. It's just the brave was the white man. That was the brave. Because he had enough braveness to put a knee on the neck of a black man in 2020. And all we ever do is walk around after the fact that something happened. And we want to be seen on national television like we done something after the fact that the funeral happened. But it comes to a certain point. Where do you stop the funeral? Where do you stop the funeral? They had a rap song. I think somebody said, "Stop the funeral." So how do you stop the funeral? You stop the funeral by bringing it to their attention. Like, listen, if y'all in intending war, then let us know. Because we ain't about to be out here marching. If you ain't gonna respect us, let us know. If we ain't got rights as a citizens, just let us know. Don't be sugarcoating it. If we the minorities, just let us know. In 2020, 2021, if that's how we are, it is how we gonna be. The minorities. So we gonna be the underdog. So that what that mean? In a season less than this, I'm telling you what I see. And you could be in this position right now, and they making it seem like, hey, you're included. You're included in this. Yes, you are. But meanwhile, you're not. Because if that was the case, they would have said, you know what? We need to give y'all freedom. Let's give y'all own currency. That's how much you know you still a slave. Don't let nobody bamboozle y'all. Don't be going off that dumb stuff. Talking about, oh, we bowling. How you gonna ball off some slave master dollars? You stupid as hell. You ain't gonna ball off their stuff. They gonna come get that. They gonna come collect it, and you gonna go into bondage. That's what they plan is. So if you ain't gone yet, and you still waiting to go, you better have saved up your money and been ungone. And while the rest of them, you better learn how to accumulate up your money to get up out of America. Because it's not going to be what it look like. Because they not about to change. Okay? So don't spend up your money on a bag of weed and all of that stuff. Save your money. I'm just being real. And get the hell up out of here. Because if you don't, they got something coming for you. I'm telling you. So the wise man listens to the wise man. It ain't gonna work. Unless you want to list casualties, it's not going to work. Unless you willing to take it, like Marcus Garvey say, then guess what? It's not going to work. It will not work. And we can forgive. Guess what? We've been forgiven for 400 years, 500 years. Lord, forgive them. We forgive them. We forgive them. I've been saying it. Lord, forgive them for they know not they do. Next thing you know, they put a knee on their neck. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, I just said forget them for they know not what they do. Then they just shoot a man from the military driving down the freeway, talking to his mama. He jump out the car. They shoot him. What? He served in the military. He was sitting on the phone talking to his mama or auntie or whoever the case may be. He was talking to them. They pulling up behind him. He get out the car, get out of fear, like a good slave that they made him feel like he was. After the fact, he just served in the United States military. He knew that he ain't had no rights. What did he do? He talking to his people. He jumped off the phone. Guess what? Soon he ran. They shot him, killed the man instantly. And he could have been a Christian too at that. Let's say he was a Christian. Do you think they care? No, because they religion is demonic. Okay, that's why they make fun of the Holy Ghost. You ever seen them put on a mask, the Ku Klux Klan? You wear the Holy Ghost thing. They mimic that. Okay, the power that I have, it ain't got no. I ain't got to put on no white mask to say that I got the Holy Ghost, the power to be with. I got the real stuff. They ain't got the real stuff. They tried to mimic us. The Bible says God is not mocked, for whatsoever man sow, that shall he also reap. See the difference? So a lot of people don't even know that. But that's what's happening to us. And whether we realize it or not, that's why they come into these cities. If you look in the city of Detroit, for real, it's more of them that want to patrol our communities than it is us trying to patrol our communities. And you don't see this. They can be in Bloomfield Hills, they could be in all these other places, but they want to be right here. Why? Because they want to get y'all up out of this bad boy. And if you don't leave, they gonna try to you you're gonna be dying like the soldiers that died in the military. I'm telling you, you can forget about it. If you want to die and you wrap you up in somebody's flag, that's what's gonna wind up happening. You can forget about it. The blood, sweat, and the tears that your grandmama and granddaddy paid, they do not care. Shit, you seen them in broad daylight. That boy knew he was dying. They got him out of the hood. He got out the hood. It was over for him. He was on that phone, listening to that music. He was pumped up. Guess what happened? Soon as he got out the car, he ran. He ain't stole no Skittles, no nothing. He was just out of the hood. Soon as he got out of the hood, it was over for him. They ain't say, sir, put your hands up. Put your hands up. They ain't do nothing. They just shot him. And guess what? It's the quietest thing ever. Ain't nobody never talked about that ever again. Ain't nobody never said nothing again. You get up out of the hood, you'll be able to see something. Go out on a freeway, go to another city where the woods at, and let them be driving and get amped up and see what'll happen. We'll be watching it on the world news. If you don't get out of here and been unsaved and, and, and saved your money, you better been knowing what to do out here. We're in a certain position. We're in a certain season. We got to take things for what they is. People say it's not about culture. But as we've seen in history, in the history of this here that they said great country, it could have been a possibility that it was great, but it was only great to a few of us, and then to the rest of us, it wasn't. To an African American community, we were getting water hosed, shot down, spit on, shot down by other races, people. We was getting shot down. Some of y'all may know because y'all was probably partaking in it yourself. But if you was an African American person, they got laws. They had laws in the 1900s where in Missouri, they was giving gun licenses even while they was having religious services to shoot down the Negro. Now the religious church didn't know nothing about this. Just like the little guy, he walked right up into the house of God in a black church, sat back there thinking that he wanted to get saved. He ain't trying to get saved. The white man don't really, some of the white people don't want to get saved. He came in there and he let it loose on all them black people. You ain't hearing me. Some of these people are in truths, and we think these is our homies. Everybody's our homie. Oh, follow peace with our neighbors. But are they willing to really do this? Are you really willing to follow peace with your neighbor? So ask them. Ask them, is they willing to follow peace with you? Follow peace with all men. What is they following peace with all men? Is they following peace with you? No, they want to train you the way that they want to train you. And that's the truth of the fact of the matter about stuff. Whether they like it or not. They want to train you how they want to train you. They want to put scare tactics on you that these things is going to happen to you. Now, whether you realize that or not. And this is not meant to sound like a racist thing. It's just, this is called the truth. Okay? It's called the truth. They hate us. Some of them love us. Some of them hate us. And they don't really know if they love us. They probably hate us too. Some of the people might love us. They might want to fall in love with you, but they can't because they taught to hate us. And they realize we talented. And they realize we got a God that do things. It's history. That's all we've seen. Is the white man wanted to compete with the black man. Come on, don't act like we didn't just go through all this. We're still going through this. The white church will talk about the Republicans. The black church will talk about the Democrats. You don't see that. And you got one church that might be Republican because they want money. Well, like you ain't seen none of that like that. Some of the black churches, they are Democrats. Then the white churches and the Christian faith. Don't act like y'all don't know that. In the Christian faith, most churches that are white, not necessarily Democrats. They Republican. So don't tell me the church ain't about politics. Because in certain communities, the black church is favoring the Democrats. They're not believing the Republicans too many times. Why is that? Why are we even had to get on this type of level? Why we even had to deal with this? These issues got to be dealt with in a spiritual manner. And I'm just being realistic to you. You know, not all white people are really entitled to be like that, but the few can mess up the whole bunch. We just saying the truth. You understand? I went out to a white community before, and they loved me to a certain degree to the hate at me because they thought he ain't about to come out here and do this. One of the pastors told me, but then again, he was serving pagan gods. So I was like, your daughter wanted to do this, that, and the other, but she saw I was married to a Puerto Rican. She thought she had a chance. So I'm just saying, we in the time that we living in now, that we ain't got time to be playing. Life is getting serious for us. Every day that we experience life, we can't take it for granted, man. You cannot take it for granted. It's getting real serious out here. Life as we see it, we see history repeating its freaking self all over again. Don't act like we ain't just seen this and that. We don't. If you ain't even seen all the news, you better go to download all of the news channels and look at them all. If you've seen all of the news that was really going on and listen to everything that was going on all the police stations at one time, had your own central intelligence thing, and you heard all of this stuff, it'll blow your mind. You'll be like, oh, nah, man, we didn't do more than prayer. See, the news can't cover. Them few stations, they can't cover all of this news. That's why they got Facebook news. You go on to Facebook, when you do your photojournalism, that's an opportunity. But then some of them, they hating Facebook. They like, yeah, you know that Facebook news is not real. Facebook news is not real. They're not like this. You know, Facebook news is not that. Facebook news is not that. But every time a black man do something, now all of them ain't so bad. I thought it's not all white cops is not like that. Some of them really can be your best friend. White people can be some of your best friends. I'm not saying that because there could be some cool white people. You know what I'm saying? All of them not bad. You know, they might be a little conniving because they got some little dirty ways, but some of them fun. They cool like us. They could be our best people, but on the other hand, might not be the best decision for freedom though. At one time, this older lady told me, she said, son, don't let white people go up in your house because everything will be missing. But I want to say this. What if you let a black woman in your house? Stuff will come missing too. Come on out of here. I'll just say a black woman, a white woman, black woman got hands too. She got a spirit. Stuff have been run on. Like, where'd that go? For real. We gotta deal with these issues. We need to have our own. We need to have our own meeting. All people. We need to sit down. We need to talk. We need to have a person-to-person talk. I need to find out what people's mind is at, and I'm gonna do it every day I can. I'm gonna find out where y'all mind is at, because ain't no way that the January 6th insurrection will happen. And the first thing they wind up saying is they getting ready to lynch black people after the fact that they did that. to tell me something. Like, ain't y'all up north feeling like that? And some of them could be Christians too. But guess what? That give them a leverage. Some of them feel like they give them a leverage. They be like, I'm a white Christian, but guess what? I'm not gonna deal with this, that, and the other. I'll buy you that much. One of y'all get doing like this, and we're gonna have to shoot you down. But I don't understand. They got a different religion. They Christian. You know they're competing with because they made another image of Jesus. So now you got to start questioning everything. And some people be like, it doesn't matter. Yes, it does. It does matter. Because the truth of fact, the matter of everything, when I seen something. I want the black people. Say y'all were wrong. You can say I'm wrong all day long. I went to a funeral celebration that I did not know that I was going to. And guess what? Them people had the most funnest time ever. And I was like, get out of here. When you go to a black church, boy, they been had on demonic suits and everything. I was like, man, this look like Gothic people. I never seen Christians wear all black. Like, no, this ain't black power. They ain't wearing that because it's black power. They wearing that because it's Gothic. They got like Christmas and they tell, and then when by the time they get shot down or something, we'll see something different. But I went to an African funeral. I was actually looking for a coffin. I ain't seen not one coffin. But they're celebrating the drummer. I got her obituary. Great person. The guy was a Rastafarian. But when I was there, in the same place where they did the funeral procession, they had a live band that had that boy amped up on a whole other level. But before that, they had the African dances. I was like, somebody lying to somebody. Because they doing what God's saying. Because I don't think none of them people was dead in there. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I ain't seen one person that had a native spirit. People came to show their support. And I was sitting there, I was looking. And God just showed me how a lot of people should understand this. Of course it don't. It's serious. Some people feel like it's not about culture, but okay. It's a debate. We need to talk about these things. It's not about culture. And tell me this. how come every other culture had dominion over an African race, but we ain't ever had no dominion over nobody else? Let's talk about it. It's not about culture. Tell me this then. How many African people had other cultures worth of slaves? I'll be waiting for the answer. Tell me somebody that did it, that you know in history for 400 years. Give me 300. Give me 100 years that a person had. Tomorrow, recently, not back in AD and stuff where we can't really prove whether or not it was that. I'm talking about something within that time period that Africans went into slavery. We haven't seen that. Other people always had dominion over the black person, no matter if they was a Christian or not. It didn't necessarily mean nothing about their religion. If I be wrong, God will charge it to my heart. But every other religion has enslaved the African person. And it came to the place that we seen it on news the other day. I mean, a couple of weeks ago. Remember they brought the Syrians here? They brought them here, right? It's not about culture. But how come when Haiti, the Haitians tried to come, they hit them with whips? Talk to me. Why did the Border Patrol people hit them with whips? With horses. But the other people, when they came here, they didn't even hit them with no whips. But the black people, when they tried to come, they hit them with whips. You don't see where we going at with all this, huh? It's detrimental, man. Detrimental. But God get ready to get them like they ain't never seen in their life. But oh boy. I wouldn't want to be on the other end of this that's about to happen. If you're serving another God here, I not know. I wouldn't want to be on that end either. I'm gonna tell you what's about to happen. Certain people about to go into slavery again. I'm about to tell you, this ain't gonna be a nice thing. But here's how this is gonna happen. It's not gonna be the same way. It ain't gonna be the same people that's gonna go into slavery. Not this time. Because you know why? God said he's not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that's what y'all surely also reap. So if you did this for 400 years, guess what? That's what's gonna happen. Go see who was a wise man. If you brought certain people in bondage for 400 years, they can leave. But there are some people that be like, oh, hell no. We built this, our family here, our people buried in the graveyards here. Why I gotta go somewhere? We paid for this land. We ain't gotta bounce nowhere. So what that means is there's gonna be another thing of slavery going on. and the tides is gonna change. I'm just saying what's about to happen. God is not mocked. He said he not mocked for whatsoever a man sow. So if I put this person in slavery, then you're gonna get put in slavery too, right? Right. I wish I had a congregation of people or just said that at the same time. Because guess what? That's what's about to happen. And they know it's about to happen. And they're preparing themselves for it. And they're trying to make peace with it. They know it's about to happen. Because history about to repeat itself. And it's sad. Because we're not ready. Ain't nobody trying to bring nothing, no reasoning to nothing. It's all talk. They let these other races come up in here and they gave them their portion. But the black race, they like, oh no, we can't stand y'all. You know why? Because y'all got your own culture. Y'all think y'all kings and queens. Y'all think y'all all of these particular things. Y'all think y'all the best and everything. Oh, we'll show y'all the best is. And they be like, we the best shooters though. And be like, oh really? But then we started saying, hey, you know we kind of righteous, right? We got weapons of warfare. But guess what, kinfolk? The righteous, we got a weapon called death. It'll travel like faster than the speed of lightning. And it took out our adversaries. I'm just saying. It's a day coming, I can see it. It ain't gonna happen the same way. Because the way that they did it was kind of false. I'm just being real. The way that they put people through bondage and captivity it wasn't right. The way that I got this video on TikTok and I got the little clip of the news thing, how they were whipping them slaves. And guess what? That was some of us. When they hit them, they hit me. That's fair point. They hit me. I don't care what kind of religion they were serving. When they hit me, when they hit them with this, when they did, when they treated them little brothers like that, they was hitting me too. I could feel it. I started going through stuff like, dang. Every time they hit them, they hit me. Every time I seen that little picture, I got the picture too. That's even worse. They'll be like, oh, John, here we go, God, dog it. Oh yeah, you about to live history like never before. This is gonna be one time in history where they gonna really respect black people because they gonna fear for their freaking lives. Oh yeah, back in the day they used to be able to do that stuff and that assassinating all of that. They about to. And I know they feel the same type of way about me too, but it is what it is. I'm telling you, I'm righteous on this one. I'm willing to take it to any type of level they wanted to take it to. I'm just being realistic. I'm not afraid of none of that. Like, I was born for this. If you ain't gonna respect a person, you ain't gonna respect them for who they are, and you think God gave you dominion over another person, then maybe we need to take it there to the point that you're gonna understand that we all need to be respected. If we gotta take it to that level, till you understand it fully, then if it's gotta be 500 years of bondage for these people, then it's gonna be 400 years of bondage there. And that's how I feel. They need to feel how I feel. When we cry, 'cause they ain't ever cried. They act like they never cried. They feel like, we just did this like this. We're gonna lynch y'all again. What? Man, you got this bent up like a mud. And I roped your tail up. What? This ain't back in the 60s and 40s and 30s. Got me messed up. Think they gonna come, or we're gonna come wrap your little tail up. We'll lynch you. You got me messed up. Wanna get beat down? Like I told them boys before. Like, oh, you got one. I said, oh, so now y'all in this generation, y'all wanna do that. Oh, y'all done came to Detroit trying to do that. Okay. It ain't going down like that. So I already know how this story trying to come. So I'm about to end this. They think they gonna do the same thing they did before. Cause now this story's not going like that. Oh no. Ain't no way they gonna break me down. They'll do it too. Them devils will do it. If they can, they'll put people in five. They would have made it 500. Queen Sheba told me through the thing that we had through the conference to all of us. She said, in Africa it was 500 years. So get that 500. She said no, it wasn't 400. She says 500 years of bondage. So if it's 500 years of bondage, you do the math. What do you think gonna happen? Y'all can leave y'all comments. It don't matter what what position you in. I don't know, cause some people they might start focusing on me, like, oh, you are in the red, black, and gray, and God dog it. I'm everything, but just chop it up. I want to hear people's point of view. What's your thoughts about that? 400 years of bondage, and we've been here to the point all we do is ride around in our same communities in life, and we think that's pretty. Like, yeah, man, let's get up on these, let's get these bands, man. They be thinking like, dang, is you gonna get the basketball team or what? In actuality, if I don't, then I don't. But the truth of the fact of the matter, yeah, I had good intentions. They were like, you ain't gonna get the bands. If the Lord say something different, I ain't asked them yet. I got the contract. Ain't nothing signed. We might not be playing basketball. We might be fighting for your freedom. We'll play that later on. But right now, we got to deal with some major issues. See, in their communities, you see what happened. They make examples out of us. They'll come right in our communities and do it. Like, we'll come right there too. Man. We've given people like myself, I help people do everything. They don't care about that. They show me that. So I'm like, okay, since y'all say I'm not an American citizen, you don't care if I get a birth certificate or nothing. They don't care about none of that. So for this cause, I got my UNIA ID. So we got a situation that need to rise up, man. It is what it is, can't folk. And I got that. I got the Afro descendant. Trust me, I'm talking to people from all over. I just refuse to let these people put my people in the bondage. I'm telling them, I've been to tell them, yeah, y'all know y'all got black people working with y'all, but I don't know about this one. If they doing wrong, then they doing wrong. We gotta have a better plan for this. I don't think they need to be in these jails. I think but then if they get out here in other places, then they go do the same thing. So as a race of people need to find out a better way to do things. Because they pull up, shoot, some of them gonna kill you on the spot. We're living in some terrible time, perilous times has come. And believe it or not, majority of the time that we've been experiencing has been based off of flesh and blood. This war that we've been fighting is based off flesh and blood. So we gotta end it. It's been a flesh and blood. It ain't no demons versus angels. This is a flesh and blood situation. Because at one time, the Ku Klux Klan came into church with an older black man and an older black woman and took a picture in the church. Like, what? Get out of here with Ku Klux Klan masks on. Like, yeah, we're the governors, boy. We're this, that, and the other, boy. We know where you're at. We got your records. How you think they found out what Malcolm X daddy was when he was out and about? They knew where he was at because they got the data records. So they've been dressed up in them sheets, and you want to know who they were. That's why they had confidence, because they was able to leak different information to the racist organizations. That have never went to prison at any time for none that they done. How is that so? Somebody tell me this tonight on this platform. Please tell me. How come the Ku Klux Klan only get to be acknowledged as the hate group, and why don't none of them go to jail? Because some of them Are your law enforcement and other people? All law enforcement, I ain't gonna say all their members are that, but some of their members could possibly be about that. And other platforms too. So we need to get better. And I believe some of them, not all of them, but some of them kind of got the truth about who God is and what he needs for us to have. But there's other ones. Like one guy came to me and said, "You know this man?" Like he looked at me. He was a white police officer. He said, told one of the other guys, "You know who he is?" Like, yeah, because they felt a certain type of way. They like, we don't really like that guy like that. Hey, why you don't like me? Because you want to have dominion. But it's deep. The time we're living in is very deep. But, you know, I mean, people can leave their questions, concerns, comments. Make sure you download that HAPS app, you know, to the best of your ability. Um, Make sure you get at us, happy Sabbath day to all the Sabbath keepers. But we're going to be dealing with these particular, we're going to police our own communities so we can keep them out of our communities. But that don't mean we can be evil doing these things. So let's grow from the point that we're in now. And I look forward to talking with you all, Lord's willing, on the morrow. This is King Calvin Jones Jr., aka King Cal, cut of the CJC Hood News. We're here now. What you got to say?